Hey guys, how's it going? Today I thought I would talk about my failed weight loss surgery and why I feel very strongly that I don't think anyone should get weight loss surgery unless it's literally like their last option in life. So back in 2008, I was 291 pounds and I was just very frustrated that I had not been able to lose weight. Granted, like I didn't really try like super hard, but I was still frustrated. And I thought it was my last resort. So I went online and I looked up this doctor and I made an appointment for a consultation, and there were all these like D-list celebrities that had supposedly gotten the lap band done and like it changed their lives and they lost like all kinds of weight or whatever. So I was like, well, this must be legit then, right? So I go to my consultation and it's in like a normal doctor's office, and basically they were like, why do you want to do this? And I was like, what do you mean, why do I want to do this? Like, isn't there like one fucking reason that people do this? To lose weight? Duh, you idiot. So I had the consultation and it was basically like, this is what we do, this is what the lap band is, this is what you have to do after you get the lap band. And the reason why I chose that over like gastric bypass or anything like that, like, was because it was reversible. So I was like, okay, like I can take this out at some point if I like don't want it anymore. So I get the consultation, and the only thing that they require prior to getting surgery was an appointment with a psychologist to make sure like mentally you were prepared to have the surgery. And I was a cash patient. I didn't have insurance at the time. So I go to see this psychologist like 2 days later, and it's of course like their person, like you have to go see their person, and their person has to write a letter saying like you're mentally fit to like have this surgery. So I talk with this lady for like an hour, and basically like she's, you know, asking me about food and all this stuff, and I'm like, I eat food because it tastes good, and I eat a lot of food because like it tastes like a lot good. And she told me that I have a pleasure-seeking complex, which who the fuck doesn't? Who doesn't seek out stuff that like makes them feel good? That like doesn't sound like a real thing to me, but whatever. So between the time I had the consultation and my surgery date was 2 weeks. I wasn't required to do any blood work. I wasn't required to do a sleep study. I wasn't required to like try to lose weight or anything like before that. And at the time I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like, I want this, I'm gonna get it, whatever. So I end up like financing it through Care Credit, which I don't know if any of you guys have ever done that, but they told me like what my payments would be like prior to like getting the surgery done. Like they were like, oh, it's this much, these are what your payments will be for this long, and this is your interest or whatever. And I was like, okay, like I can manage that, that's fine. So I get the surgery, everything goes well. The first, I think like the first week I lost like 13 pounds or something. But part of that is like you can't really eat much of anything at all. And after you get the surgery, you have to be up and walking like every hour to like try to get the gas out, like the gas that they put in your stomach to like make room to actually do the surgery. So I lost like 13 pounds the first week, and over the course of time, over the course of like a year, I lost like 40 pounds, which that doesn't seem like that fucking much if I lost 13 pounds in the first week, but like I digress. After about a year and going like every like 6 weeks or so to get a fill, and the fill, I don't know like what you guys know about the lap band, but like you have a little port that's connected to a little string thing, and it like, they stick a needle in the port and fill it with saline, and the saline causes the opening to this ring thing to like get smaller, so it constricts like your stomach, so like you eat less, get fuller, or stay fuller longer, whatever. So you have to go like on a regular basis to get more saline, because over time it like, I still don't fucking know where it goes, like I guess it like leaks out into your body or something, but I don't fucking know. So I would go on the regular, get these fills, whatever, everything was fine. So then like in the meantime, I get my first bill from Care Credit, and it's literally like twice what they said it would be. Like my payments were supposed to be like $280 or something, and they were like $600. And I'm like, I can't fucking afford $600 a month, like, for this stupid fucking surgery. That was like a giant, like, what the fuck am I gonna do? But I was like pretty content because I was like losing weight. So after about a year, I went to get a fill, and I got the fill, and then I went home, and everything felt really tight and like painful. And I know sometimes like they can overfill or whatever, so I started like throwing up every time I ate something. I had like massive pain in my side. It's really weird, but like every time I like had to burp, I had to like lean to the side, I feel like, to like squish it out or something. And it was like these deep like burps that come from like the bottom of your toes. Like, it wasn't just like a normal, oh, I drank a soda, here's a burp. It was like this horrible, like, you just open your mouth and it's like rah. And like those were fucking painful. Like, if I didn't get it out, like I was in like severe pain. So I go back to the doctor and I'm like, yo, like, shit's fucked up, something, like, you need to fix it. So he looks at his notes, right? And he's like, oh, it looks like I didn't write down how many cc's we put in you last time. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're a doctor. You didn't write down, like, whatever you administered to me, so you have no fucking idea, like, how much is in there? So he's like, well, let's just unfill the whole thing. Like, let's just take all the saline out so you, like, have a normal stomach till, like, you start feeling better, and then we'll go back to putting, like, a little bit in. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So apparently he, like, does that. So he puts the thing in the port, you know, takes out the saline. So I'm still, like, having crazy problems. And so, like, I keep going back to the doctor, and they have me do, like, this bacteria test where you, like, drink some shit and, like, blow into a bag or whatever, and that came back negative. And he's basically telling me, like, I'm making it all up. And I'm like, no, like, I'm, like, bawling my face off every night because I'm in so much pain, and it's terrible. So he has me doing all these tests, right? And, like, it's like I'm just fucking paying hand over foot for all this stuff. And, like, going and doing x-rays and ultrasounds and drinking barium and, like, all this stuff to, like, try to figure out what's wrong. Literally, this went on for, like, a year. And I'm, like, slowly gaining the weight back because supposedly I have, like, a normal stomach, so I can eat whatever I want and it's not, like, doing anything, while I'm still making these astronomical fucking payments to Care Credit. So finally, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, I want it out. I can't handle this anymore. Like, it's literally, like, terrible. Like, take it out of me. And he, like, wouldn't fucking take it out. He's like, well, let's try this or let's try that. Or, like, are you sure? Like, it really hurts? And I'm like, yes. So I literally fought with this guy forever. So, like, in this time, I had gotten insurance. So, you know, I, like, contact them to take it out. And they won't let him take it out because it wasn't, like, a center of excellence or something. So I have to go to, and, like, he was, like, so resistant to take it out in the first place. So I end up going to a different doctor to, like, get a consult. And the first, like, appointment that I have, I told them the story, and I was like, okay, yeah, they said they took it out, like, I have a normal stomach, so it's basically just, like, the hardware in there. And the doctor was like, okay, well, like, let's just see. Like, let's see if anything comes out. And they pulled out, like, 6 cc's of saline, which, like, truthfully, I don't know if that's a lot, but, like, it fucking sounds like a lot. It's definitely more than 0. So this, like, kooky fucking doctor who said that it's empty, it's not fucking empty. So they take this out, and, like, truthfully, like, I didn't miraculously, like, feel better or anything. But they take it out, and then I have to do 400 million tests before I can have the surgery for them to take it out. So I have to do a sleep study to make sure I don't have sleep apnea, and I'm gonna, like, die on the table, and I have to do, like, so much blood work and all this stuff. So I'm, like, you know, doing all this stuff, and this new doctor, who, like, was rad, was like, well, what, do you want to just do, like, gastric bypass, like, while we're in there? Because at this point, I was back up to, like, 295 or something. And she's like, you know, it would be 1 surgery. It's, like, not as hard on your body because, you know, we're in there already. And I did, like, truthfully consider that, but because I had such a horrible experience with the lap band, I was like, okay, gastric bypass, not reversible. They, like, cut your intestines or some shit. So, like, I just want to, like, be normal. Like, for a little bit, and yes, like I've gained all this weight and now I have like 20 grand in debt from this stupid surgery. Like I can't do it. Like I need to just take it out, like sew me back up, let me be normal, whatever. So I get the surgery, they take it out, and like that was that. So I would still be paying off getting this stupid thing put in to this day if I like hadn't sold my house and like made some money and been able to pay it off that way. But like the amount of fucking just like horrible shit that I went through for literally like a year and a half for no results whatsoever and just a mountain of debt. Not to mention like I still have some like, I don't know if it's like phantom pain or whatever, because when they took out the lap band they said the amount of scar tissue like around the port and stuff was like just so massive, and they took out as much as they could, but they said they had to leave like some, otherwise like I'd be in like a lot of pain or the healing process would be like really fucking terrible. So yeah, it was just like the most horrible experience, and I can't believe how easy it was for me to have the surgery, to get it done, and how difficult and time consuming it was to get it taken out. Like, yes, they're two different doctors, obviously, but like, you shouldn't fucking let someone like get surgery by just like talking to a psychologist. Like, I know it's, you know, elective or whatever, but still, like, I mean, you didn't even want to know if I have like high blood pressure or something. Like, that's fucking weird, right? So I still have like some like residual pain sometimes. I still burp really weird sometimes. I definitely like don't fucking recommend that to anyone. And I mean, if I knew at that time like I was mentally and physically capable of losing weight on my own, like that would have saved me so much money and time and like mental anguish. So like, please fucking believe me that if you think you can't lose weight with diet and exercise, you most certainly fucking can. Like, you 400% definitely can. And like getting something like the lap band, I mean, that was my experience, so I don't know much about like the gastric sleeve or like any of the stuff that's like out now, but like that is definitely not like you get it done and like it's smooth sailing forever. Like, I mean, you can have complications and you still have to eat right and exercise, so it's like if you're gonna have to do those fucking things anyways, why don't you just do those things now instead of either paying a bunch of money, and most people are like, oh, but insurance covers it, and it's like, that's not even part of it. Like, just going through like this, you know, going under general anesthesia and having the surgery where there's like risks involved and stuff, like I fully recommend like take a good 6 months and really dedicate yourself to, you know, either counting calories or low carb or like whatever, something that works for you, and see what happens, because I guarantee you, like, if you try, you will see results. And you're gonna have to try anyways if you get weight loss surgery. And I realize that weight loss surgery is like, people get to this breaking point, and like that's where I was at. Like, I was like, I'm done, I've tried everything. But truly, like, I didn't really actually try. Like, I would try for a week and then like give up if I didn't see results, or like if I ate a piece of pizza or something. So it's like, you can do it. You really, trust me, like I was 299 pounds when I started trying to lose weight, and now I'm 183. So it's like, yes, you fucking absolutely 100% like can do it. And like, I promise, like, I'm not a doctor or a dietitian, but like I will do everything I fucking can to like help you, or, you know, tell you about my experience, because I really, like, I just wouldn't want anybody I know and love to, you know, undergo weight loss surgery. Like, it just, like, don't do it. Sorry, this video is probably really long, and like I get really passionate about this because it was just so fucking horrible for me that I really don't want anyone to like have to go through that. But yeah, so that's my story. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you've had someone that has had success with the lap band, and I know there are people out there for sure, like, tell me about it. I'm really curious about the long term, like if people have success long term, because I know a lot of people have success short term, but then a lot of people also get it taken out. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was like angry. Anyways, okay, I'll see you next week. Bye.